coating can be made. This is, you can see that one schematic of a CVD chamber, and you can see that there is a tube, and in between that this where substrate will be placed and the main reaction will happen. And there is a, so gas inlet will be there because reactant whatever that gas that need to be purged. So that's why actually several pipeline you can see in this chamber. So CVD apparatus, actually we can divide into several parts like gas delivery systems. What are the gas like? I'm inlet gas actually need to be delivered, and also that, I mean, yeah, the delivered gas should be inlets, and sometimes some carrier gas also will be required. Then reaction chamber, reactor chamber actually chamber within which the deposition takes place. So most of the cases it will be a furnace, or sometimes actually, I mean, like actually it will be a chamber, but that arrangement will be there, that substrate heating arrangement will be there. So entire chamber need not to be increase the temperature, only the substrate wherever the place that temperature need to be increased. That is also possible, that possibility is also there. Energy resource should provide energy or heat, so that actually required to get this precursor to react or decompose. Vacuum system, so like actually a system of removal of all other gaseous species, that so immediately you need to evacuate the chamber, and then only that process gas or need to be purged. So then exhaust system, and in exhaust that byproduct all will be volatile byproduct, so that need to be cleaned. So that's why exhaust system is required. And exhaust treating system, so I like exhaust treating system is actually some like actually, I mean, exhaust gas may not be suitable for release into the atmosphere and may require treatment or conversion to safe or harmless compound. So these are actually, like last class also I told that in CBD, whatever the inlet gas, that are or most of the gases are toxic gas. So that is actually very carefully we need to handle, and some unreacted gas will release. So those part actually we have to be very carefully check it actually. That need not to, I mean, who are the operators should not inhale, or it should outlet also should properly should be done. And if we make some arrangements, so wherever outlet will be there actually it will, like using some photocatalytic activity, it will degrade to a less harmful species. So that is actually our target. And process control equipment, some gauge control that monitor that, like actually pressure, temperature, flow rate, so these things. And energy resource, so there are actually several suitable resources of heat for the CVD process. Resistive heating could be there, sometimes radiant heating, so like halogen lamp. And then actually radio frequency RFID heating, that is called induction heating arrangement, or the using the laser. So inside actually whatever the heating arrangement, several arrangement can be made. So other energy source may include that UV visible light or laser as a source of photo energy. So this is actually CVD reactor. So CVD reactor, if you just divide, like it, CVD can be done in atmosphere, or CVD can be done in low pressure. So in atmosphere, hot wall tube, cold wall tube, again the cold wall tube, continuous and batch. So this is actually atmospheric CVD. And then in low pressure, whatever CVD is being done, how do you classify it? Hot wall tube, plasma enhanced CVD, and then vertical flow. Again, the plasma enhanced CVD is actually hot wall batch and cold wall single wafer. So this is actually just a classification. So you have to keep in your mind that CVD can be done in atmospheric pressure as well as in low pressure. Then again they classified by operating pressure, atmospheric pressure CVD, CVD at atmospheric pressure, low pressure, CVD at sub-atmospheric pressure, ultra high vacuum CVD, CVD as very low, 10 to the minus 6 Pascal. So that is also there, but that usage is limited, that ultra, I means high vacuum CVD. And classified on the physical characteristics of the vapor, aerosol assisted CVD. So what happened that inlet gas, that is actually if you purge the inlet gas in the form of aerosol, okay, So then actually it will be aerosol assisted CVD. But if it's direct liquid injection, so CVD in which the precursors are in liquid form, liquid or solid, that dissolve in a that convenient solvent. So in that case actually it's a direct, and but liquid actually, just imagine the liquid directly, it will not pour there, it will atomize. Okay, so if you atomize this one, so like actually inject in a vaporized chamber towards injector. Okay, so kind of atomize, so it is atomized to that chamber. It's not that okay the liquid is pouring, it's not like that. And some gaseous gas also, toxic gas, I mean precursor gas, it will be in the liquid form, but if you purge it, then it will be immediately, it will be vaporized like that. So then plasma method, plasma is the latest technology, so they are actually nowadays become very popular. So microwave plasma assisted CVD, plasma enhanced CVD, this is the most popular technique. In plasma enhanced CVD, that is actually in metallurgical application, lot of use is there, and it's actually very easy to get the temperature. And this like actually, if you want a hard coating, this is actually one of that efficient technique, the plasma enhanced CVD. So remote plasma enhanced CVD is similar to PVCVD, but except that that wafer substrate is not directly in that plasma region. So what will happen in plasma? So two electrode, between the two electrode, plasma will be generated, and in plasma CVD, the substrate, actually you can see the substrate is placed just adjacent to the plasma, so that whatever the plasma will um, do the reaction in between, that reactant gas and the reaction product will be deposited on the substrate, okay, with that the temperature of the plasma. But in remote plasma enhance, that PBCVD, except that wafer substrate is not directly in the plasma discharge region, so wafer actually will be in a different place, not in this region. So this is an example of a PECVD. Another CVD like atomic layer CVD, combustion, chemical vapor deposition, filtration CVD, hybrid plasma chemical vapor deposition, then metal organic chemical vapor deposition. This is MOCVD, is very popular in particular microelectronics. And rapid thermal CVD, vapor phase epitaxy. I told the epitaxial growth means that the growth actually will deposited film will mimic the substrate. Okay, so in terms of crystal structure, so that is we call that epitaxial growth. And photo initiated CVD. So this is actually using that like some photocurrent actually this CVD is being done. So there are several different CBD is available in the market, because CBD is not a new technique; it's a very old technique, and that's why there is a lot of product. I mean, instruments are available in the market. So hot wall and cold wall, that is actually we need to understand, because several place hot wall and cold wall is there. In hot wall, you can see the furnace arrangement here. So if you on the furnace, entire this chamber inside will be hot. Cold wall chamber is actually not heating, but substrate will be on a heated heater. Okay, so only that substrate can be heated in cold wall. Then again the types of CVD process, like atmospheric pressure CVD, then low pressure CVD, plasma enhanced CVD. In plasma enhanced CVD, like hot wall type, parallel type, single wafer, then MOCVD, metal organic CVD, then laser assisted CVD, then photochemical CVD, chemical vapor infiltration, chemical beam epitaxy. So now question is that why so many CVD technique, and how it's developed. Actually CVD is, I told, very old technique. So what happened that, suppose that you are using one particular CVD for one particular application. When your application will change, or if you think to change your application, maybe whatever the existing instrument may not sufficient according to that your new application or new material. Then some modification in that instrument is required, and according to that, new different CVD is evolved. So let's have a look few of these CVD method, like atmospheric pressure CVD. In atmospheric pressure CVD, what will happen? This is, you can see, kind of in atmospheric pressure is maintained in the chamber, and this is the heater, this is the conveyor belt. So substrate will be placed here, and substrate will slowly move, and when its substrate will be coming here, this is the process gas. So process gas, here the main reaction will be happening, and this is a nitrogen on both sides. So I mean nitrogen, actually, I mean sometimes it's help in the reaction, and sometimes it makes like kind of inert atmosphere, so that degradation will be less. And this advantage in this case, the simple high deposition rate, low temperature, and disadvantage or challenges that poor step coverage, particle contamination, require excess wafer handling. So particle, the wafer handling, and this application doped and undoped low temperature oxide. So why this one particle contamination? So because we are doing at atmospheric pressure, so that's why the sum of the some contamination always will be. And second is the low pressure CVD. So in low pressure CVD, you can see that this is a heating zone, three zone furnace, and three zone furnace means inside actually it will be heating zone, and both outlet is actually little bit cooling zone kind of thing is there. And this vertically arranged that wafer, then wafer need to be here actually that coated by this chemical vapor deposition. So reactor consists of quartz tube heated by three zone furnace, and gas introduced from one end and pump out from this other end, and wafer stand vertically perpendicular to this gas flow, and there actually its deposition is happening. So approximately 200 wafer at a time can be coated. Excellent uniformity, comfortable step coverage, and large wafer capacity. And this is like basically the high temperature process, and um, 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 high temperature is being generated, and because in this during heating, and this one low deposition rate is less, and application doped and undoped, high temperature oxides, silicon nitrides, polysilicon. Second, then is that actually plasma enhanced CVD. So this is actually kind of future, and this is very important, and it has nowadays become very popular. So plasma enhanced CVD. So always if keep in your mind, heating you have to do by some mechanism. So in this case, inside heating will be by plasma. So parallel type, hot wall type, and single wall type. So that is actually, I'll just move little bit fast because I'm not feeling well. So this parallel plate type, you can see that these are actually two parallel plate, and this is, you can see that wafers are placed here. So in that actually this plasma is there, and upper electrode and the lower electrode, and here then this reactant, that whatever the gas will be purged, and that will be the reaction will start in that plasma region, and then reaction product will be deposited on top of this substrate. Second is a hot wall type. In hot wall, actually, this is a kind of furnace, and this is graphite electrodes are there, and in this furnace, actually, reaction takes place, and is a quartz tube heated furnace, and sample held parallel to the gas flow, parallel to this gas flow, and electrode assembly contain this long graphite slabs to support the wafer. Okay, so this is actually another one category of this plasma enhanced CVD. And third one, the single wafer type. The reactor is loaded, locked, and it offers cassette to cassette operation, and it offers rapid this radiant heating of each wafer. Okay, so this wafer larger than 200 millimeter can be loaded. So You can please go through this one. And MOCVD. So MOCVD is actually metal organic CVD. So this is mostly used in semiconductor processing, or like actually I mean high quality semiconductor layer can be made by this MOCVD technique. And then laser CVD, so similar way, so it will be the laser assisted, or laser will be used to I mean do that actually reaction to in between that gaseous inlet gaseous actually precursor gas. Okay, in between that gaseous precursor gas the reaction will happen and it will be initiated by this laser heating. So then photochemical CVD. So in photochemical, some ultraviolet light is required, and that is actually is helping to carry out the reaction. So that is called photochemical CVD. And chemical vapor infiltration is a method of ceramic matrix composite fiber. So if you want to means get the like to get the chemical vapor infiltration, so ceramic matrix composite can be made. And then deposited material is a result of chemical reaction occurring in a this on fiber substrate. And the infiltration here you can see this actually like actually P form, and it will actually chemical vapor will infill, and then actually this chemical vapor reactant gas is coming, it will be infilled here, and then I mean it will be like coated on, let's say the fiber kind of thing is there, so it can be coated on top of this one by chemical vapor infiltration. So this one, and then another one is a chemical beam epitaxy. So as I told that epitaxy means actually mimic this substrate, so this is we have to be little bit careful, and in this case any epitaxial growth you need vacuum. So in this case actually vacuum is a important thing. And now this what are that application, sorry, yeah. So these are the application of the CVD, like coating, extensively used for coating, and the coating for variety of applications such as wear resistance coating, corrosion resistance coating, high temperature protection, then erosion protection coating, and combination thereof. So range of actually coating can be covered by different varieties of chemical vapor deposition, dense part, structural part. So CVD can be used to produce components that are difficult to uneconomical, difficult or uneconomical to produce that to produce that using conventional fabrication technique. Okay, dense part, this produced by CVD are generally thin walled and may be deposited onto a this mandrel or former. So some dense structural part also can be made. Optical fiber for telecommunication that can be made, and composite. So different composite can be made. And powder production, so production of novel powder and fiber that can be used, catalyst or nano mechanics. These are the application of this CVD. An application in semiconductor microelectronics industry, in metallurgical coating industry, optical fiber communication, wear resistance coating, corrosion resistance coating, heat resistance coating. And these are the advantage. These are the advantage, like high growth rate is possible, can deposit materials with a hard, which are hard to evaporate. So hard coating can be done, good reproducibility, and can grow epitaxial film. What are the disadvantages or challenges? Like high temperature is required, complex process, and toxic and corrosive gases. You have to deal with the toxic and corrosive gases. This is just one example, the nickel substrate. After heating, this is you can see, then CH4 gas, if you purge, it will convert to C plus the byproduct. So this byproduct, here you can see this byproduct gas will come out, and this is actually carbon black, and then CH4. again, and then carbon, some carbon, sorry, this is actually CH4. From the CH4, carbon product will come and byproduct will go away, and this carbon product further actually carbon diffused to nickel substrate, and you can see that how that during cooling also diffusion is happening, and finally that you can see that there is a deposition of graphene. So this is actually highly substrate dependent, some of this CVD process. And this PVD and CVD, I mean, we can compare like deposition occurred by the condensation in physical vapor deposition, but in chemical vapor deposition occurred by chemical reaction. That material that is introduced onto the substrate is introduced in solid form in PVD and introduced in gaseous form in CVD, chemical vapor deposition. In PVD, atmosphere atoms are removing or depositing on the substrate, and atoms are moving and depositing on the substrate, this one, and the gaseous molecule will react with the substrate. So mechanism is totally different in physical vapor deposition and chemical vapor deposition. PVD coating is deposited at a relatively low temperature. CVD uses high temperature, so 450 to 1050 degrees Celsius. So if I ask in the exam that how to, what are the difference between physical vapor deposition and chemical vapor deposition, you need to understand. So these are actually all some of the other technique, and I mean other, like actually not other technique, other these differences. Like PVD is a suitable for coating tools that used in application that demand a tough cutting edge, and CVD is mainly used for depositing compound protective coating and high capital cost in physical vapor deposition, chemical vapor deposition low cost, and coating thickness up to 20 micron only in physical vapor deposition, and coating thickness easily 3 to 5 micrometer we can reach. Okay, with this one I just finish it, and if you ask any, have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, and this PPT I'll put it today itself in that module. Okay, so I have taken the attendance. So if any question is there, you can ask. Otherwise, I can wrap up here. Any questions? You can ask. Any questions so far? Okay. If there is no more questions, so I'll put it that this PPT as well as some video I'll put it, so you will be getting for better clarity. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.